Like here with Amateur Sports TV, having a chance to sit down with Jaime Lammerding, the president of the Western Women's Canadian Football League. Thank you for taking time on a busy Friday evening, Jaime, with me. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Fabulous. I'm looking forward to playoff weekend. It's always exciting. Short season with these teams, but nonetheless, it's exciting when you know that the 8 teams coming in know that this is a brand new season. It's win or go home. One win, you get to go on. So let's talk quickly about the Western Division, which are the teams from Alberta. We had the game between the Storm and the Rage settling for first place, where the Storm defeated the Rage 18-10. And the Rage were undefeated until then. The Storm take on the Anarchy. How is that matchup looking for the Storm? Should it be quite a busy or an easy game for them, or should there be a bit of a challenge?
Personally, I think the Storm are going to take it. They've had a very good season. I think the Anarchy are going to come in and give them a good game and try and put some fight up there. But I think the Storm might be able to take this one.
Okay, so we look to see the Storm move on as well. And the Rage and the Steel in the second game in the Western. Again, the Rage were undefeated until last game against the Storm. A very strong offense I've seen from them, and a very potent defense. They don't allow a lot of points, the Rage. So, I mean, it should be pretty much a 1-2 where the Storm and the Rage move on, you think?
I don't know. It's always a toss in any conference. It's a toss-up. I had a football coach who used to say that football is a game that makes you humble, and anything could happen. One play could be the do-all, end-all, and it could make the difference. But I think they're in for a battle between the two teams themselves. It could be, sorry, go ahead.
I've seen several of these games. This is my first year watching the WWCFL, and I'm very excited for several things. One, the game moves fast. Number two, all the games that I've watched, they're very exciting. There's a lot of action. It's not just, a power run, power sweep, jet sweep. There's some throws, there's some defense, there's some big, powerful hits being thrown. And, these games are very entertaining to watch, whether they're live or online. What do you think is the common denominator for a team's success? Is it the fact that they don't take many penalties? Is it time of possession? What do you think really ultimately makes a team successful here in the WWCFL?
That's a tough one. I think in any sport you play, if you're taking too many penalties, you're just shooting yourself in the foot and your own worst enemy. But I do think ball control is a big thing, and if teams are able to control the ball throughout the game, then, as usual, that gives them more of a chance to score and the other team less. I think probably ball possession is a big one up there.
Time of possession for sure. We don't see a lot of penalties where they're back-to-back marching a team in the wrong direction, but you get those holding calls in the red zone. That takes the team potentially out of a field goal chance, and they're punting from the 30-yard line, trying to pin a team deep. So it's a definite game of inches. It's a game of, I think you said possession, but field possession as well. Being on the field in the right place. If you're on the offensive side of the 50-yard line, 55-yard line, you've got a better chance of scoring than not.
Yeah.
So that's the Western side. Let's look at the Prairie Division, which is more a focus for us because you're in Saskatchewan and I'm in Winnipeg. So we've got two rivalries going here. The Fearless taking on the Riot. That's a home game for the Fearless here in Winnipeg. Both teams, I think they have played before where the Fearless did beat them, but that was in Saskatchewan. And this could be maybe a bit of a revenge game or an avenge game for the Riot?
I think there's a potential there. The Riot are the two-time defending WWCFL champions, so they've, got a lot coming into this game. They've got a lot of experience. And that first game, was the beginning of the season, and they've had 3 games since then, and like you mentioned earlier, the playoffs are kind of a brand new season, so anything could happen. But the Fearless themselves have put a lot of work in over the years to become one of the top 2 teams in this conference, and this is the first time they're hosting a playoff game, so that's a lot for them, and I think they're going to try to make the most of this chance that they've got themselves to this year.
The Fearless definitely got a wake-up call a couple weeks back when they hosted the Valkyrie group in Winnipeg here, and they were blanked. And then they had a bit of a offensive prowess against their home rivalry, the Wolfpack. So now this is a game that matters most. And like we said, it's one game, you're in or you're out. So looks to be a very competitive game here on Sunday afternoon. Kickoff time is at noon. The other game will be in Saskatchewan, where the Valkyries will take on the Winnipeg Wolfpack. The Winnipeg Wolfpack, I mean, they're a fairly new squad, a lot of talent, but they still haven't been able to put up any points. Do you see that happening against the Valkyries this weekend, or are they still going to be looking for that pivotal safety, field goal, touchdown in next year?
It's again a bit of a toss-up. Is you never know what can happen in a game, but I know when the Wolfpack was out here last time, they were struggling a bit, but then I want to say the fourth quarter, they put on a pretty solid drive and were causing the Valkyries a little bit of trouble there. So they got pretty close, but the Valkyries were able to hold them off. Yes,
you're right. I mean, the Wolfpack team definitely gains momentum as the game gets to the end. Maybe that's because they're down a lot of points, and maybe the other team's giving a little bit of soft, but I still feel for them. They've got a chance to get some points on the board this weekend, so hopefully not a 0 for them, and hopefully they put up a good fight against the Valkyries away in Saskatchewan. Jamie, I got to ask you a question. How many years have you been president with the WWCFL?
This is my first year as president. I was registrar for the league for the last 2 before this.
So how many years have you been involved in the league?
I'm a player on the Valkyries, actually, and I've been involved in the league since 2011 when the league first started, but as part of the executive, I joined in, just having to work my way back here. So 2017.
Okay, so being a part of the Valkyrie squad still, does this conversation make you feel a little bit, does it make you feel a little bit curious, a little bit of nervous, a little bit of jinxy talking about playing the Wolfpack this weekend?
I think whenever I talk about the games that I'm part of or that any team's part of, I try to be pretty neutral about it because there are I've seen lots of games where the higher ranked team has come in and thought they had these games sewed up, but the underdog or the lower ranked team has come in and upset them, and I've seen that. You see that at all levels of football, NFL, CFL. Yeah. Most of my experience has always been in youth sports, but you see it at a bunch of different levels where that kind of stuff happens. So you can't be too overconfident when you go in.
Absolutely, I always call the CFL the Children's Fun League, where anybody can beat anybody in the sandbox. It's just you either play nice in the sandbox, you share toys, or you start rubbing paint and things get messy. So I think the same goes for the WWCFL. You ladies were in town a couple weeks ago. Your quarterback, the first quarterback, I forget her name, the one that played the first half. She had an amazing first half, and we had a conversation with her at halftime. How did you prepare against the Fearless and blanking that squad, knowing how good their offense was?
It was a lot of work beforehand. We'd watched a lot of film, what they did against Regina, what they did against the Wolfpack leading up to our game against them. And it was just something, we knew it was going to be a tough game, especially in the trenches between the offensive line and the defensive line. And we knew if we could try and kind of win that battle on our side of the ball, whether we were offense or defense, that we'd be a bit more successful, and I think it worked in our favor that week.
Were you surprised that they didn't go to the air more after you were able to slow down their running game?
I don't know. Each team has really good strengths. I know they have some very good running backs with the Fearless, so sometimes teams lean on those a little more. But they did catch us a couple of times with some deep balls. They just, they couldn't quite grab onto them, but they got behind us once or twice too, and it was just our luck that they weren't able to bring them in.
So after this set of games, when is the semifinals of the WWCFL? Is it the weekend after?
It will be. I gotta double check my dates. It'll be the Saturday, June 22nd, and Sunday, June 23rd. We have a bye in between this quarterfinals and the semifinals.
So we're taking a break for Father's Day. I really appreciate that. And
no problem.
We're going at her 2 weeks from now. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully the wind and the weather hold up a little bit. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler. Right now we got some blustery winds outside, but should be good for game time on Sundays and Saturdays. Thank you very much for joining with me, Jamie.
Thank you.
All right, this has been Theo with ASTV. A little bit of rundown on the quarterfinal action this weekend, the Prairie Division and the Western Division here in the WWCFL.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8, Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.